Okay, select board vacancy discussion. Pam, you want to take this?
Sure. So when there's a vacancy, I'll start from the beginning. When there's a select board vacancy, there's really no. So, okay, we have two options. We can appoint someone, or there can be a special election, an actual, town meeting style election to elect somebody. If we were to appoint someone, just to be clear, there's no standard of like interviews or what's required. It is really up to each board, and we don't have a procedure. But so we've, played out all these options. And since we do have two people who have already expressed interest, we thought it would be best for the town to make that decision as opposed to us as a board. And so we would like to warn a special election to choose who will take Denny's spot on the board. And I believe we're all in agreement. I think I talked to everybody on the board, and I don't think Jim would hand it over to me if we weren't all in agreement. So that's what we want to proceed with. And that'll give time for other people. If anyone else is interested, they can step up and come to the meeting and throw their hat in.
Yep. So sorry, Ken first. Annie?
Two things. Pam's seat would also be up if there's an election. Appointees only serve until the next election, so there would be 2 seats available.
Yeah.
And would the select board care to discuss why this vacancy exists in the first place?
The answer is, I think we've already discussed that enough. Denny Benson resigned.
You're not willing to address that? What happened?
No. We have a couple of complaints that are in process, and I think we'd rather just leave that aside for the moment. So, yeah. I'm sorry. Annie's next, then Dwayne.
Having served on the select board for over 12 years and brought many people onto the select board through appointments, etc. I think one of the things that's so important to keep in mind is this select board needs to have representation from all the demographics. It's key that we have both the people that have grown up here, have had educated their children here, that knows what it's really like living here, working and raising a family. We need to have the ability to discuss things with each other, to be open and willing to compromise, even if we don't necessarily agree, but that willingness to respect each other's differences and talk. By putting it out there to the public that's just looking at maybe a basic resume, I don't think they're looking at how you form a select board that really works for a town. And that is just so, I found over the years that was the most important thing, that you got these different perspectives and you listened and you talked, and that's how we got things done. And if it's just out there to vote, and people don't know really, they don't understand the rest of the makeup of the select board, where we have this person, this, and it's just, it's a team building, really. And I think that's one of the reasons why the select board is in a position to be able to appoint someone, at least just to the next town meeting. They have a trial period, but you can work it through. So I'm really in favor of candidates making, statements and giving it real thought to say, okay, who do we have on the board? It has also to do with different talents. I mean, Jim, I brought you on because you were an engineer, and we had that retaining wall. And we really needed somebody that had that ability to understand and could communicate and work well with the rest of us. I mean, little by little, over the years, we formed this really workable board. And I think that's right now where right now we're in a real transition phase, and we really need to form a real cohesive, diverse board. That's all I'm saying.
May I respond, Jim?
Yeah,
You might have seen me smiling because that's the complete opposite reaction that I expected. I would think that was under the impression you guys wouldn't want us to be the ones to choose, that you would want it to go to the town, to the people who would normally pick at town meeting, and not be our choice as a board that is often questioned a lot. to put it
So that's
one
just
way.
that was my.
I was just, if anyone saw me smiling, that's why I was just surprised.
right.
So does the select board have a time frame for this special election?
It has to be warned 30 days ahead of time.
Right.
And so it's not going to be before 30 days. We've got to sit down and compare our calendars and try to figure out the best time to do it.
But the interest is sooner rather than later.
But the interest is definitely sooner rather than later.
This isn't a stalling tactic or anything like that. It's just to do it the right way.
It could drag out as long as 60 days if.
Yeah, we're not looking to do that. As long as we have the 30 days is so that's what we're looking to do. Go ahead.
So the voters still have some rights in this.
They have all the rights. They come and vote.
May I finish?
Sorry, I thought you were done.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm going to explain their rights a little bit. So the voters could petition to have this meeting within 30 days.
Yes, they could.
So
You need to,
and that,
you know how to do that, right?
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're suggesting the same thing.
You mean before 30 days? Like sooner than 30 days?
I don't understand.
Hold on. Let's go ahead.
The unfortunate thing is that the board has a history of kicking the can a little bit on the topic. We just talked about the committee. There's been other examples. So the voters may have a little concern about this being another can that's getting kicked down the road. So I'm happy. Some of us could write the petition if it will assist you in getting it done in a timely fashion.
Can I respond to that?
Sure.
I think we're all on the same page. We're looking to use very soon, as in this week. We'll hopefully come up with a date that we can put out there so that we can do it within 30 days. That is our goal too. That is our goal. Does that help? No.
You can't have the meeting in 30 days, though.
If it becomes reality, that would be very helpful, yeah.
You have 60 days from the date of the resignation to warn official notice of when the meeting will be held. The special town meeting date must be set for a date not less than 30, no more than 40 days from the date it is warned.
Correct. So we don't have, they're saying we have up to 60 days. We're not looking for 60 days. We're looking for a couple of days to come up with a date and then warn a meeting that we're going to have 30 days from there. So we'll meet that 30-day rule. We're on, right? That's what we're saying.
30 and 44.
So there'll be 2 seats up for.
Yes, you're aware that that's the way the law reads.
Yes.
Pam's seat will be up for election,
Yeah.
but she was appointed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the empty seat provided by Deb.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hi.
Sorry.
I just wanted to second your idea that the board, if the board could come up with, had people that expressed interest, and they were people that could somewhat fill the role that Diddy had. If they were appointed soon, instead of being voted in, they would also, like Pam, run at the next town
March,
meeting, right?
until March.
So
Yeah.
you would be able to, I just wanted to second that idea that somebody be voted on by the board and that that person fill a vacancy that, Diddy had a really important role and had a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. And there are people who have expressed an interest and, I think that the diversity issue and the filling of Denny's knowledge base would be important to push forward without having to do a full town meeting, which seems really cumbersome to me. That's all. I just wanted to say that.
Who's the other person running or up for?
We had two applicants. Dwayne is one of them, and, Nicole Dernier.
Dernier.
Thank you.
right. And who knows, there may be more.
I just feel Dwayne's very knowledgeable with town history and,
Vote for him,
yeah, I plan on it.
yeah.
I think we all agree.
So why can't we just appoint someone today just for the 6 months to the next town meeting?
Would you like to answer?
Well, I
I think we,
think
Yeah, I
we
think
made
we've
that
already
clear.
answered, yeah.
we thought it would be better to give it to the town at this point, so.